They finally did it. They made the move at practice. And 2 weeks and 2 days into Eagles training camp, the 16th day of Eagles training camp, on a rainy, disgusting day, Vic Fangio press conference, a lot going on. So let's get straight into it.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So we're going to be discussing the 16th day of Eagles training camp. And realistically, we're just news dropping things because even though we're following the entire practice, we need to look at specific things that are talked about. And Fangio had his press conference today, and he discussed a few things. Now, Vic Fangio talked about the cornerback 2 spot, how it is very close with a few players, and usually when he says that, it means they have literally nothing going on at that position, that nobody has reached the surface yet. He said usually by this time we would find out, somebody would have arrived at this position, and it just hasn't happened yet. The one change they did make is that Cooper Dejean actually got reps for the first time at the CB2 spot. Before anybody gets overly excited about it, no, this is not going to be a permanent thing. This is just something that Fangio did for this practice. They want him in that inside spot at nickel packages. That's where he's going to stay, but they did make the move here. It's just to a point now where RINGO is not even getting snaps with the first team defense anymore. Mac McWilliams was in the mix at practice today. They're just putting bodies in the first team mix. Just as many guys as they could throw there. But RINGO didn't even touch first team today. Vic Fangio talked about Jacorian Bennett as well, even though having a really good second preseason game. Like he said, as well as I said, the guy just doesn't have enough practices. One preseason game isn't going to make him a starter or even put him on the field for the first game. Even though I feel like it's a really good idea, but Fangio says he needs more time. Like I said, he hasn't even put in literally a full week of practice yet, and he just needs to keep working. Fangio also talked about Zach Bond. I mean, this is his first time really being back, and we actually saw a glimpse in practice today of Zach Bond, Jahad Campbell together in team drills for the first time, which is great. Get used to those two making a lot of plays this year, so was really happy about that. I know this isn't the press conference we all wanted because when you're done with your second preseason game, you should really know who's going to be starting. And if there's no answer at a position, then I don't know what they're going to do here. Now, Eagles injury report for day 16. Will not practice. A.J. Brown, he was moving around a little bit, I got to say. I mean, he's going to be sidelined the rest of preseason. I think we all know this at this point. So A.J. Brown's still sidelined, and that's what it's going to be. Tariq Castro Fields with the hamstring. Lewis Sign with a groin. Land Dickerson with a knee injury. Brandon Johnson is the new one that's on the injury report. I think was hurt from the second game, the preseason game. And Fangio said he'll miss a few days, nothing serious there. Now, limited, Kenyon Green with the shoulder. He's finally back. Now, the first game, he didn't give up a pressure, didn't give up a sack or anything like that. So, do they put him into the mix? But from practice today, with his first time being back as a limited capacity, you had Brett Toth at left guard, and then they actually moved Darian Kennard to left guard as the second left guard. Okay, depending on what's going on with Landon Dickerson for this first game with this meniscus, if he's going to play, I wonder if it's too late for Kenyon Green to get back into this competition now that the second preseason game is over. He's already missed some time, valuable time at that. We'll see what happens there. Lane Johnson had a rest day today. AJ Woods with an illness. So I think the injury report, not as bad, still a very small injury report. Guys will be coming back off of little soft tissue injuries, so nothing really to expect too serious. Now, regarding E.J. Smith's report on one of the positions we've had an issue with going into this practice for the 16th day, Andrew Makuba at safety. He's taken all the reps. He literally has been at every rep at safety, which is good. I think Fangio feels a little bit more comfortable since he really reached the surface in that second game with that 75-yard pick six and, the fumble recovery and showing some really good things at practice on the 16th day. I think Makuba is locked to start as the starting safety next to Reed Blankenship, and so happy for that. And just keep this thing going. Now, with the first team defense, it looks like it was the 11-on-11s where Adoree Jackson did start at CB2. But not even 3 plays later, Mac McWilliams came right in, okay? And Mac McWilliams was on third-team defense, maybe second-team defense, and Ringo didn't even get a snap at CB2. Ringo was burnt 2 times on back-to-back throws against Darius Cooper. I don't even think Fangio is even potentially even thinking about Ringo even putting him on first team. I think he's past that he's only going to be a straight-line gunner for special teams. And that's really it. Whatever's going on with Kelee Ringo, we obviously see it. And the plan for Howie Roseman to have Ringo compete for this job was probably not a good choice. And it looks like guys on the depth chart are getting more opportunities than him. Guys that are past him on the depth chart. And Ringo is moving down that depth chart really fast. Not looking good for Kelee Ringo at all. Mac McWilliams, I mean, why not? Put him at outside corner, see what he could do. The Eagles need to find an answer as fast as possible because it's kind of getting ridiculous now. You had Makuba and Reed Blanchard at the safety spot, and then you obviously had Zach Bond and Trotter starting linebackers today. Now, it looks like Cooper Dejean went to the cornerback 2 spot against Devontae Smith, and 1 rep was not targeted. Later in practice, he was targeted again against Devontae Smith, and Cooper Dejean was all over Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith caught a touchdown right by him. So a couple reps, and he was there. Nothing promising for him to be at that spot, but we're going to see what Fangio's thinking down the road. Todd Campbell had a really good rep against Dallas Goedert and kind of knocked down a pass today, and we've already been talking about Todd Campbell so much. I mean, it already had a sack, 4 tackles in that second preseason game. He was a big reason why Makuba had that 75-yard pick 6 because Todd Campbell had pressure on that play. The offseason program, Eagles training camp, is disappearing very slowly behind him and becoming, I think, a big force of nature for a lot of offenses in this league that are really going to have to deal with him and having a tremendous camp. Now, the Eagles offense was backed up on their 3-yard line. Jalen Carter penetrated the line, tackling Saquon Barkley for a TFL today, which was great. So Jalen Carter's having a really strong camp. And other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. That was the end of practice. As for the cornerback spot, they're just rotating and rotating and rotating, and the Eagles are still trying to find their answer. And Kelee Ringo is moving down that depth chart. Everybody else but Ringo is getting snaps with the first team at this point. I think your safety spot is shored up. I wouldn't take too much out of Dejean playing the number 2 spot because realistically, like, if you need him there later this year, you could put him there, especially at safety where he's had a lot of reps too. So it doesn't hurt for him to at least try some other positions, play them. And if you need him there later in the season, he can move right into that spot and the defense really won't miss a beat. So I would say you have to give this more time, but time is running out because the season is approaching. You're past your second preseason game. It's hard for guys to really make the roster out of that third preseason game. And most likely when guys are playing in third preseason, it pretty much means that they're showcasing themselves to other teams because they know they're going to get released. They know they're going to get cut. And that's pretty much how it goes. Let me know what you guys think about the cornerback 2 spot. Is Fangio just putting Dejean there just for the hell of it? Or do you think like he has somewhat of an idea behind the scenes? And yes, we have not seen John Mechie yet because the trade hasn't been officially official yet on that front. So make sure you subscribe for Eagles news every single day. And make sure you hit the like button because it helps out so much. You guys have a fantastic day. Still a lot of questions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.